Good morning, all y'all. So we just completed our Wednesday morning uh, live Zoom yoga class, and I discovered that the recording started and only went for 2 minutes. So we're going to redo this because I feel that the postures that we did were really valuable today. Um, Everybody who was here was having issues with cranky backs because of too much outside work. So uh, this session is devoted to everybody who came this morning and everybody who might be watching this and has a cranky back. So let's begin. So thank you all for being here today. And yes, we are recording, so go team. I don't know what I did. All right, so let's start with our breath. Making sure that you're in your J curve, not your C curve, and that you are on however many blankets or bolsters or pillows that you need to be so that your hips are higher than your knees, so that you can find ease. Let your hands come to rest softly on top of your thighs. Let your eyes gently close and begin to bring yourself into the space of observation. So before you do anything that requires any kind of adaptation of breath, just take a moment to observe how you're feeling in your body as you bring yourself here and now. Make sure that you give yourself permission to do whatever fidget and whatever change you need to in order to get yourself well and truly comfortable. Notice that as you elongate and find relaxation with a gentle J curve through your spine, that what you might find is that the sits bones, rather than moving straight down, might have an ever so slightly tip back, okay? And just kind of play and find where your body feels best. And then when you're ready, when you're comfortable, and you're in the space of being an observer, you can take a deep inhale through the nose and begin to sense and notice how the breath feels as you inhale. Does the air feel sharp? Does the air feel soft? Does the air feel cool? Does the air feel warm? So just take that moment and begin to connect in with the breath. The next step as you connect with the breath is to feel the breath fill from behind the heart to the solar plexus to down to the low belly. And then as you exhale, you feel that low belly gently draw back into the pelvis and then contract through the solar plexus. And then feel the breath leave from behind the heart and then out through the nose. And again, play with that image of inhale. Come back down through the throat into the heart, solar plexus, low belly. And then from there, low belly, solar plexus, heart. Finish the exhale. So just play with this back and forth. And once you feel connection into all three parts, you can allow this to move into something that's smoother and a little bit more like a wave. So that as you inhale, you feel your trunk expand front to back, side to side. And then as you exhale, you feel it gently compress. And just feel that movement front to back, side to side. And you may find that as you begin to bring yourself into your breath, your body is making a very small, gentle oscillation, which can be front to back or side to side. And allow your body to make this oscillation. Allow your body to make whatever micro movements it needs to feel centered, to feel grounded, to feel complete and present. And as you're here, also take a moment to notice and observe any kind of emotion that happens to be coming up for you at this moment, even if it's one of the emotions that we tend to have more discomfort with. Take a moment to breathe into that space. Hold it with gratitude. Hold it with divine love. And know that as you are holding this emotion, you are also being held. And feel that love as breath. Breathe into it, knowing that you are safe and you are also held. When you're ready, we're going to move into Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So when you're ready, take whichever hand, left or right. Think of first two fingers down towards the thumb. You'll use the thumb, and then you'll use the ring finger. Okay? We're going to begin with the left side. So I want you to take a deep inhale through both nostrils. At the top of the inhale, stop the breath through the right nostril and exhale through the left. And then inhale through the left. At the top of the left, inhale, stop the breath on the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Stop the breath on the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Still using your full diaphragmatic breath. Stop the breath on the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Stop the breath on the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Stop the breath on the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Stop the breath on the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Last round. Stop the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Stop the breath on the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Release both, exhale through both. Inhale through both. Again, as you're here, focusing again back on both nostrils, doing the full diaphragmatic breath. Observe how your body feels. From here, gently take your hands over your heart, moving deeply into toning, stimulating the parasympathetic system and the vagus nerve. Today, we're going to go ahead and sing the sound of ah, the sound of oh, the sound of We're going to add a fourth tone by putting all three parts together. Fifth breath. Please set your intent. I am statement, something that you most need, something that you most desire. So when you're ready, deep inhale. When you're ready, gently release your hands, coming back to the tops of the thighs, palms facing up. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Gently allow your eyes to open, gentle smile. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful. Thank you, you guys. Okay, we're going to move into some things a little bit differently today. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use our chair and one of our blankets. Keep your zafu or your pillows handy. I'm going to do this from the side so that it's easy for you to see what we're doing. I want you to bring your chair so that you're facing the seat. You're going to take your pillow, however many you need, so that your hips are higher than your knees, and then allow the legs to float out into a wide V. Next, you're going to take one of your blankets and you're going to place it over the seat of the chair. Okay, this is just going to help keep things comfortable. And I'm going to scoot back just a little bit so that you have a slightly better view. All right. So what we're going to do here is a little bit of a forward and back. So it's a little bit of a rock, okay? Your legs are wide. They're in a space that's comfortable. We're going to begin by simply rocking back just enough so that we begin to engage through the belly. Notice that this is not a big rock back, okay? So here I am vertical. Notice I have my little J curve. And in order to find activation through the core, I come back about this far. So it's not very far. So take a deep inhale. Arms are wider than shoulder width. Palms are facing each other. And exhale, begin to lean back just enough so that you can activate through your core. Right? We are drawing the pointy ends of the shoulder blades down while we're lengthening through the fingertips. And then exhale. Gently, slowly begin to hinge yourself forward and allow your hands to come down. Now you're only coming as far forward as is comfortable for your body, okay? So I tend to do I'm a little bit hypermobile through the low back. So what I'm looking for is to open a little bit more through the chest and to keep my spine long. If your body says yes, and remember that we're looking for a place that feels yummy, that feels delicious, where the stretch feels good and your body says, yes, I'd like to do that more, you can begin to walk your hands forward on the chair. And if it feels comfortable, you can let your head rest on the seat of the chair. So please do what feels best for your body. And we're going to take about 3 cycles of breath right here. With your next inhale, ground down through the sits bones, lengthen the arms back out and up. Inhale, up, vertical. Exhale, gently draw yourself back just enough so that you can begin to find your core. Breathe here. Three breaths. And then exhale, gently float forward. Now, as you do this, you may find that you can lengthen the chair away from you just a little bit more. Again, making sure that you're only going to the space that says, this feels good, this feels safe, this feels comfortable. Breathe. And if you choose, you can lengthen the top of your forehead onto the chair. And breathe here again, 3 cycles of breath. And then again, when you're ready, deep inhale. Press down through the sits bones. Bring yourself back upright. Inhale. Again, shoulders may want to come up to the ears. Allow them to do that. And then feel the lower edge of the shoulder blade draw down. When you're ready, exhale. Gently bring yourself back only as far as you begin to feel the core engage. 3 cycles of breath. And then exhale one last time, gently fold forward. Find that deep length, deep relaxation. Third cycle of breath. And then from here, gently, slowly, walk the hands back. Pause, finding neutral. And then bring your hands down behind the knees. Gently help the knees come up And now moving into the next part, you're going to shift so that you are now sideways to the chair. So the side of you is parallel to the chair. I'm going to grab a block because we're going to need this. Then I'm going to place it up by my head, okay? Because we'll need that for a little bit later. All right. So from here, what I want you to do is you're going to bring your hands behind and gently rock back onto the glutes so that your legs can come up onto the chair, okay? If you choose, you can lift your hips just a little bit and get them so that they're nice and comfy and cozy. Now, what we're going to do next is open into the front of the chest. So the first possibility is to have your fingers so that they're pointing towards the chair, okay? If that's too much flexion for the wrists, please make gentle fists with each of your hands. Okay, can everybody see that? So this way it stays straight. Otherwise, fingers go forward like this. Do what feels best. So when you're ready, as you inhale, I want you to find length through the torso. And then as you exhale, gently, slowly begin to bend into the elbows, gently drawing the torso back. Again, you're only going as far as feels comfortable. So when you begin to feel this, and you might feel it through the front of the shoulder, you might feel this through the front of the chest. You might feel it in both places. So I'm only taking this to where this opening feels good. I'm not asking too much. From here, when you're ready, as you exhale, you can very gently begin to squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Very gently. And you're going to breathe. And keep breathing. Please don't hold your breath here. And then when you're ready, exhale and gently straighten your arms and your torso back up. We're going to do this twice more. So when you're ready, deep inhale. Find length. Exhale. Gently bend back into the elbows, bringing yourself back. Again, only as far as it's comfortable. Pause here. Gently squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Finding space. You might notice that this also begins to change how your neck feels. And breathe. And then inhale, gently lengthen back into the arms and straighten. Pause and soften. Now we're going to do this one more time. So when you're ready, deep inhale. Exhale, gently bend back into the elbows. Squeeze into the inner edges of the shoulder blades. Breathe and soften. And then gently, slowly release. On the exhale, straightening back up. Okay. From here, now I want you to bring your hands forward so that you can gently, slowly bring yourself down. And if you need to readjust the sits bones in the lower part to keep the legs comfortable on the chair, please do so. And come all the way back down. Let your hands come to your sides. And just breathe. Pause. Again, notice the change and the difference in your body. All right, since we have our legs up, I want you to take a moment to notice how the breath changes depending on where you have your legs. And by the way, this is a great place. I don't know if you can see me. Okay, this is a great place if you're tired you don't have the energy to do full Viparita Karani, so legs up the wall, please feel free to always use your chair. This is a great support. Okay, let your hands come to rest at the low belly. So I want you to notice how it feels through the pelvis with the legs up. So deep inhale, feel the breath move towards the ceiling. Notice if you feel a little bit more connection in through the sacrum, a little bit more grounding in through the sacrum. Also notice that the upper part of the lumbar into the thoracic doesn't move quite as much. Exhale, let it relax. And again, deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Let your hands come back down by your side. Now, one of the things that tends to happen when we're here is that a lot of times when we do reclining spinal twist, we don't have the opportunity to twist the upper torso. So we're going to play with that idea right now. Please make sure that at all times this feels good, feels comfortable, and your body says yes to the movement. So you're going to take your block, and so that it's the long way, I want you to hold it upright in between your hands. Okay? Please make sure that if you have any kind of neck issues, rather than doing this with your hands up, interlace your fingers behind your neck and support your neck that way. So this is going to be a very small movement. We're going to start by rolling ourselves to the left first. So it's a deep inhale. And I want you to feel that right shoulder come up and curl as you bring yourself over to the left. Breathe here. You're able to control it. It's not a big movement. You're holding with your core. And then inhale. Bring yourself all the way back. And I want you to pause. Deep inhale, deep exhale. We're doing this incredibly slowly because I don't want you to connect into momentum. I want you to think about actually using the muscles. When you're ready, deep inhale. This time leading with the left shoulder as you bring yourself over to the right. Breathe. One more cycle of breath. And then inhale. And let it relax. And again, deep inhale. Rolling from the right shoulder, leading, rolling to the left. And deep inhale. And to the right. And then inhale, come back. Okay. Gently release the block. Good. All right, you guys. Now, Gently lifting the legs. Okay, so remember how last week we were talking about same posture, different planes of gravity. This time we're coming back into Dandasana. So I want you to flex through the feet. I want you to feel the energy move up towards the ceiling. And as the energy moves up towards the ceiling, I also want you to feel the grounding come into the top of the femur and into the pelvis. So you're grounding into the back of the pelvis as the legs are lengthening up towards the ceiling. So breathe. Let your hands come down by your side. It can either be palms up or palms down. We're going to begin by just simply lifting on the inhale that right hip. So deep inhale, lift, exhale, come down. Now we're going to move into the left. Inhale, left hip up. Exhale, come down. Bring your arms out now into T formation, palms up or palms down, whatever feels best. Right leg, deep inhale. Exhale. Left leg. And exhale. Now bringing your arms up over your head. Allow them to be wider than shoulder width. And this way, palms up is a little bit more comfortable, although you can do palms down if you prefer. Starting again with the right leg. Deep inhale. And exhale. Left leg. And exhale. And breathe. Keep flexing through the feet. Now we're going to move into eye of the needle pose. So I want you to bend into this right leg. Bring it across, making sure that the bony protrusion on the outer edge, right, the malleolus, let this hang off the thigh so you're not digging your ankle bone into your thigh. Let the foot flex and relax. Right hand goes through, left hand goes around on the outside. Now, if you're tight, please feel free to wrap your strap and do this from your strap, okay? If you're doing it with your strap, go ahead and leave the leg long. If you have a little bit more flexibility and your body says yes, and you don't want to overflex your knee, you're going to interlace behind the knee and allow the leg to fold over, okay? Making sure that you're not overflexing into the knee. If you have a little bit more flexion than that, you're going to go ahead and interlace just below the knee and breathe. So I want you now to breathe into this right hip, letting everything stay soft and breathe. As your body relaxes, if it feels like it can give you more and still be happy, you're going to very gently, ever so slightly, begin to draw that left leg towards the torso. Just a little bit more. Taking it into that space where it feels really delicious and your body says, yes, please, I would like more. And here we're just doing a passive stretch. So we're just allowing things to open as they choose. And then gently, slowly, you're going to release. So allow the leg to come back, unclasp the hands, release them through. Then very carefully lengthen into that left leg and with care, bring the right leg back up. Okay. And then again, flexing into the feet, making this more isometric. So you're hugging the muscle to the bone through the legs. You're gently squeezing into the glutes. Now, we're going to do this in very small movement because I want you to be able to control it. Usually what happens when we bring our legs over is that they get to a point where they get too heavy and we can't hold them, so we just flop. I want you to stop before that. I want you to stop at a place where it's comfortable for you to hold. So you can allow your hands to be out into T formation. Taking a deep inhale, we're going to begin by lifting through the right hip and rolling ourselves over to the left. So when you're ready, deep inhale and exhale. And notice that I'm not going very far. I'm stopping at a place where I can continue to isometrically engage through my legs. I'm engaging a little bit through the core as well. And I can be in this space and I can breathe comfortably and I can hold. So this is not about making this a big movement. This is about taking it to a place where it's comfortable, it's engaging, and you're having a good time. When you're ready, deep inhale. Bring your legs upright, breathe. Now we're going to bring this into the other direction. So when you're ready, as you exhale, gently lift through the left hip and gently draw the legs over to the right. And again, because we have two halves of the body, know that this might feel slightly different on this side than it does on the other side. Again, you are still isometrically engaged through the legs. You're breathing. It feels delicious and yummy. And you're happy you're here. And then when you're ready, inhale, bring it back up. Pause. We're going to do that one more time. So deep inhale. Exhale, lifting through that right hip and rolling yourself over to the left to begin. Breathe. 3 cycles of breath as you're here. One more cycle. And then gently let it release. Come back. Pause. And then lifting through the left and rolling over to the right and breathe. Breathe deeply through the lungs. Continue to isometrically engage through the legs. And then inhale, bring yourself back up. Okay, now bending into the left leg, bringing it across, making sure that the ankle bone does not dig into the thigh. This time, left hand comes through, right hand comes to the outside. Please use your strap if you need to, or interlace behind the knee and gently allow the leg to fall depending on what your body tells you to do, or you can interlace your fingers just below the knee. Please do what feels best. Breathe. Making sure that what you're feeling through this left low back, left glute, left hip feels good. Not too much. Always think of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. You want that opening that feels just right, feels good. Allow your body to decide and come to know that when you give yourself time for your yoga, it's going to feel good. Your body will look forward to it, and then your body will begin to ask for it. As your body relaxes, if it says yes, very gently, very slowly, begin to draw that thigh a little bit closer to your face and your torso, and breathe. Again, making sure that you're coming from a space of where your body says yes. And then very gently, very slowly, begin first by releasing your hands. Release that right leg, straightening it back up, taking care to bring the left leg back up. Noticing one last time as you're here in Dandasana or a different plane of Dandasana. One more time, we're going to gently engage and twist through the low body. Arms are out in T formation. We're going to begin by twisting to the left, so gently lift that right hip and bring yourself over. Again, only going as far as it's comfortable. Notice that this time, it might be in a different location than it was the first time you did this, and that's fine. Breathe. Two more cycles of breath. And then inhale, bring yourself up. Pause. And then when you're ready, roll yourself, starting from the left hip, coming over to the right. And again, paying close attention to how your body feels. Continue to isometrically engage through the legs, through the glutes. Feel your body. Be active. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. Inhale, bring yourself back up. And bend into those knees. Let everything release. Take Apanasana, energy freeing pose. And just breathe here. Interlace your fingers if you choose, or you can just gently wrap one hand around each leg. So please do what feels best. Okay. And when you're ready, gently roll yourself onto whichever side feels best for you. Pressing down and then pressing up. Good. Okay. We're going to move this out of the way. Take your blanket. You're going to keep this handy because we're going to use it again. Make sure that you have your rope tie or your strap. And now we're going to, again, lay down on our backs, and we're going to move ourselves into Supta Baddha Gustasana, or reclining hand to knee pose, or hand to toe pose. Come back over. And very gently, very slowly, begin to bring yourself down. There we go. Okay, here we go. So, since we did our breath work before with our legs on the chair, now I want you to feel it with your knees bent and the feet on the floor. I want you to see, some people might notice a difference. So again, place your hands to the low belly. Taking a deep inhale, feeling the breath, move up towards the ceiling. So deep inhale. And notice the difference. Exhale. And we'll do that twice more. Again, deep inhale, feel the breath reach for the ceiling. Leading from the front. And exhale. And then the last time, deep inhale. And exhale. Okay. Just take a pause. Be present to how the body feels. Let it make whatever micro adjustments it needs to. And now from here, with the left knee bent, we're going to move into the right leg. So, right leg is extended, it's active, it's in that isometric engagement. So, the leg is engaged and it's active, it is not passive. Holding on with the right hand. I want you to take the left hand, which I'm waving at you, and I want you to place it onto the front of the left hip. Remember, this movement is about stability through the pelvis. It's not about how wide or open you can get this right leg. So I want you to take a deep inhale. As you do that, engage all of the muscles. And then as you exhale, gently begin to allow that right leg to open. If this feels comfortable and you want to try extending into the left leg, feel free to do that. Keep engaging through the leg, making sure that as you're here, you've got complete stability through the back of the pelvis. Your left side is not rocking up and into the air. Both shoulders are grounded, they're relaxed. Your gaze is soft towards the ceiling, so that really, truly, the only thing that's really active is this right leg. And then probably a little bit in the left because it's working to act as the balance to the extension through the right and the external rotation. When you're ready with your breath, you have 5 different adductor muscles on the inside of your thigh. I want you to engage those, squeeze through the glute, and use those muscles to bring that right leg all the way back up. If your body begins to shake a little bit as you do this, that's fine. Breathe here. Find space here. Feel the body relax. And then when you're ready, you're going to take your left hand, hold on to the strap. Your right arm is going to come out into T formation. So please make sure that what we're looking for is this outside edge. Okay, so the lateral side of the thigh, along about where your IT band is. If it's too much and you begin to feel this behind the knee, I want you to lower the leg slightly because I want you to feel this in through the lateral side. So what happens is that your IT band goes all the way and attaches into your hip flexor, your tensor fasciae lata, and then also into gluteus minimus and medius, a little bit into maximus as well. So when you're ready, you're going to keep your pelvis grounded, okay? And as you exhale, you're engaging, isometrically engaging so the muscles are active through this right leg, and you're gently going to allow this right leg to work its way over to the left. When you begin to notice and feel this stretch, I want you to stop. So both sides of the pelvis continue to stay grounded into the mat. You're going to feel this deeply, possibly up in here and possibly down in through the lateral side. So just breathe. Soften. Bring awareness to your body and the movement. You're still engaging through this right leg. Now you're going to begin to take this up into a twist. If you choose, if you're here and you don't want to move any further, you can stay. Otherwise, you're going to take this right hip, let it lift, and roll it over into a twist. And breathe. And you can go as deeply in this as is comfortable. So breathe. I'm not going very deeply because I'm touching the wall. So we're good. So just breathe long and strong. One more breath. And then when you're ready, I want you to bring your leg up. I want you to squeeze through the glute Gentle squeeze, continue to engage through the legs, and bring that right leg all the way up. Gently bend into the knee, release the strap or the rope tie. Again, to bring ourselves into Pavana you're either going to interlace behind the knee, or if your body has the flexion for it, interlace just below the kneecap. Now, instead of bringing the leg up over the rib cage, you're going to gently arrange around to the side, making sure that both shoulders are still grounded. So you're not rocking up and off the left shoulder. And breathe. Deep, full breath. Soften and enjoy. And then very gently, very slowly, I want you to release the hand. As long as your back says this feels okay, you're going to slide that right leg down. And I want you just to begin to feel the difference between the right side and the left side. So as you're here absorbing that, I'm going to just simply change sides so that it continues to be easy to see me. Okay, when you're ready, bend back into that right knee. Bring the left leg up, gently flexing into the foot, just as we've been doing. Again, rope tie your strap around the ball of the foot, and this time you're holding on with the left hand. Right hand, which is waving at you, is going to rest on top of this right hip. As long as it feels comfortable and it feels safe, you can extend into that right leg, bringing it down. If that's too much, please feel free to bend back into the knee. So let's make this isometric. So I want you to flex into that left foot. Hug the muscle to the bone through the left side. Take a deep inhale, and when you're ready, gently exhale. Begin to bring that left leg out. So again, we're being very mindful, and we're making sure that this feels good. So breathe. Both sides of the pelvis continue to ground equally into the mat. So this is not, again, about having a big leg movement out. This is much more about how far can you move and still stay grounded through your pelvis. So that's why it's important for this left leg to stay active. You can continue to play with this. You can try squeezing through your glute a little bit. Notice what that does. See if you feel reaction in through adductor muscles or other parts of the leg. You're going to breathe. You're going to have this in a space where it actually feels really good. You can either point through that right foot or flex through the right foot. Just depends on what feels best. And then when you're ready, I want you to activate through these 5 adductor muscles. So gently, really hug the muscle to the bone. You're still working the isometrics. Gently squeeze into that left glute and gently bring that leg back up. And if you happen to get shakes, that's just fine. When the leg comes all the way up, breathe and pause. Now you're going to take this right hand, hold on to the strap, let the left hand come out into T formation. We're looking for the same sensation on this left side that we have on the right, okay, or same areas. It may be slightly different areas than you have on the other side because we tend to adjust ourselves unequally through the 2 sides of our body. So when you're ready, deep inhale, exhale, keeping both sides of the pelvis grounded. Gently begin to bring this left leg over to the right. And when you begin to feel this, just pause, making sure that both sides of the hips right? Both the pelvis on the left side and the pelvis on the right are grounded, and breathe. Again, this is not about making a big movement. This is much more about keeping things open and finding that best space of stretch, of opening, of breath. Someplace where it's comfortable, someplace where it feels good. When you're ready, if your body says yes and you'd like to do more, you're going to take this left glute, left hip, and begin to allow it to lift so that you can bring the leg over into a twist and breathe. Again, someplace where this feels good. Continue to engage. So we're not passively stretching here, we're actually isometrically stretching. So we're not trying to contract, right? Or extend, we're holding it, but we're making the muscles continue to stay active. From here, I want you to squeeze into this left glute and then use that leg to come all the way back up to vertical. There we go. Feel the pelvis sink. Gently bend into the knee. Release the strap. Place it over to the side. And again, hands either interlace behind the knee to take care of flexion, or you can interlace gently over the knee. Rather than coming directly through the center of the body, rearrange the hip so that the leg comes to the outer edge. But make certain that both sides of the shoulders, the backs of the shoulders, are equally grounded into the mat. And then breathe. Feel length. Feel opening. Deep full breath. Taking it to a place that feels delicious and good. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. And as long as this feels okay for your body, see if you can let both legs extend long. If this doesn't, feel free to gently bend into the right knee. So take to what feels best. Let your arms come down by the side. Let your body absorb. One more cycle of breath. And then gently bending back into the knees. Then draw the knees high into the chest, let the arms wrap around, give yourself a gentle hug. Apanasana, energy frame pose. Please do this so this feels comfortable, so that it feels good. And then when you're ready, I want you to roll completely over onto your side. Gently press yourself up. And now we're going to move onto our bellies. So I want you to take one of your blankets. Again, make sure that the flat side, so here we have the side that has the tassels. You don't want that side up. You want this side. You're going to place it across your mat. Now what you're going to do next is we're going to take some of the curve, right, the overcompression when we lay on our belly, and put it onto the blanket. So the front part of the hip bones, that's what's going to be placed on the blanket. So you're going to bring yourself down. Making sure that you're in a place that's comfortable, okay? So now the pelvis is slightly elevated. The next thing I want you to do is you're going to make a gentle triangle with your hands and let the top of your forehead stack. This way you can keep your spine long without mashing your nose. We don't want any mashed noses. So the first thing I want you to do is just make sure that you're comfortable in this place, okay? So my legs are long. If this kind of extension through the front of the leg is too much, please take a small bolster or towel so that you can lift the ankles up and you're not overextending into the top of the foot, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to practice the full belly breath that we normally do on our back. And I want you to feel the difference. So when you're ready, you're going to take a deep low belly inhale and press into the mat as you feel your breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to allow the muscle in that breath to go back inside the pelvis. And then again, deep inhale, pushing away. Notice how that feels, and then exhale. Feel that relax. And then one more time. Deep inhale. Push away and into the mat. And then exhale. Let it relax. Okay. From here now, we're going to begin to even think about Bhujangasana or Cobra. So what I want you to do is your hands are going to come to either side. Fingertips are going to be slightly behind the tops of the shoulders. And all you're going to do is let the elbows work their way, pointing towards the waist. And as you inhale, so that same deep belly inhale we just did, we're going to do now. And you're going to allow the belly and the breath to move you. So take a deep inhale. And then exhale. Let it float you back down. And then again, deep inhale. Exhale. Let it float you back down. And then one more time, deep inhale. And exhale. Allow you to float it back down. Now we're going to shift this a little bit so that we're going to allow the breath to move us up, but at the top of the inhale, we're going to use our arms to hold us in that space, even as we exhale. So when you're ready, deep inhale. Top of the inhale, hold there, and then exhale. Feel your body relax. If your body says yes, you're going to inhale, and if your body wants to move upward a little bit more, it can. If it doesn't and wants to stay right here, that's fine. So deep inhale. Hold and exhale. Now, one more time, you can either stay here, or if your body says yes and would like to do one more, take a deep inhale. And then exhale, hold. One more inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. From here, you're going to use your hands to gently press yourself back to tabletop. And then from tabletop into whatever variation of child's pose feels best. If you have cranky knees, please don't try to take the full extension. It can be something as easy as simply shifting the body weight back. To right here. If that feels comfortable and it's not too much for your knees, that's where you'll stay. If you have a little bit more, you can use your blanket to rest the elbows and the forehead on. And so you can breathe right here. Notice that as I'm here, my hands are slightly wider than my shoulders. I am not overly stressing flexion into my knees. And yet I'm doing a really lovely job of opening into underneath my armpits and lengthening into the spine. So just breathe. And at the end of the last or the third exhale, with the next inhale moving into the fourth breath, we're going to just gently shift ourselves back to tabletop and then come back down. And we're going to do the same thing again. So when you're ready, deep inhale, allowing your breath to bring you up. Top of the inhale, hold position. Exhale, let everything release. If your body says yes, do it again. And hold as you exhale, release. And just really follow what your body tells you is best. And then one more breath. And exhale, let your body soften. One more inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. And then inhale, press up into tabletop and begin the extension back. Moving very slowly, letting everything soften. Now, notice this time I'm moving a little bit more deeply in. My body says yes to this amount of flexion through my knees. If your body does not, please stay to where it does feel good. So really, this is about being very mindful and really paying attention and moving with your body. And then one more time, deep inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. So this is the last round. Really focus on what your body is telling you to do. So deep inhale. Exhale, hold the space. If your body says yes, deep inhale. Exhale, hold the space. And then one more time. Pay very close attention to what your body is asking. One more cycle of breath. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Inhale, press back into tabletop. Exhale, gently lengthen however it is most appropriate for you to open into the spine. And then very gently, very slowly, bring yourself back up. Okay. From here, we're going to move into, believe it or not, already our final Savasana. So very gently, very slowly, bring yourself in. Take whatever blankets you need, take whatever bolsters, eye bags, do what feels best for you. So gently coming down onto the mat. Slowly bringing yourself down. One last time, I want you to draw your knees high into your chest. Gentle Apanasana pose. Feel that opening through the low back. And now from here, hands resting on top of the knees. You're going to do circles leading with the knees. So I want you to start clockwise. So come up and around. And I want you to do this slowly so that you can feel the gentle massage you're giving your entire sacrum. So you want to feel all points touch in a circle. We'll do one more round this clockwise direction. And then I want you to reverse, sorry. Coming up and around in the opposite direction. And then one more. One more time, gentle squeeze. Then using your bolsters, blankets, whatever else you need to make yourself completely comfortable, gently lengthen. Finding a space of ease, making whatever movements your body needs in order to get really comfy, really cozy. And as you're here moving into your Savasana, just take a moment to notice how your body feels right now, how your heart feels, and how your mind feels. And since we're using gravity as an assist at this point, I want you to take your hands one more time, palms down, place them over the heart. We're going to sing the sound of ah. I want you to feel the frequency and vibration through the entire body. So when you're ready, deep inhale. And then gently allow the hands to come down by the side. Feel the support for your body in your mat, in the floor. Take a moment to feel gratitude for giving yourself permission and time to breathe and move mindfully with breath. And then when you're ready, following gratitude, let go of the breath, allowing your body to breathe you. Making a few moments for stillness. Gently begin to come back to your body, starting with fingers and toes, hands and feet, and allow them to make whatever movements feel best and most natural for you. Then, once you've connected into hands and feet, bring the awareness through the legs, through the arms, and into the center of the body, back into your breath, taking a full deep inhale and exhale through your nose, filling your body with fresh life, fresh oxygen. And then, when you're ready, use that breath to bring your arms up over your head and stretch, fingers to toes, bones to skin. From there, give yourself one more hug, drawing the knees into your chest, feeling the difference in your body. And then gently roll to whichever side feels best and most natural for you, and press yourself up into a seated position with your eyes still closed, your breath still soft. Bring your hands to prayer, your thumbs against your sternum at the heart point, Anjali Mudra. Breathe. Feel the connection now between your body, your heart, and your mind. I honor the divine in you that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your practice. Namaste.